Good morning. Today is the 26th of September 2024 and I'm going to go through some levels today. I was about to say I'll go through my trading plan, but I won't be trading today. Unfortunately, there was a glitch overnight and for some reason I woke up this morning and all of my Apex accounts hit their maximum loss, which is a bit frustrating. So in my Rhythmic I've got it set up so that if I hit my maximum loss it won't let me trade for the rest of the day, so I'm unable to trade for the rest of today. I may buy another Apex eval account and may just trade that one account. If you're looking for an Apex account, then there's a link below and a code, but I will go for my levels, so it's good to do even though I won't be trading it. And if I do buy that account, then at least I've got something, I won't have any FOMO. So annoying because the last couple of days I've done okay, and so only small 1.5 2-hour wins, green days, and that's all been wiped out with my maximum loss day today, and I've not hit a button. Frustrating, but I suppose that's what it is. Looking at levels on the ES right now, this is a 1 hour time frame. You can see we gapped up overnight. Right up in the all-time highs area, no man's land, so there's no real levels above. I'm not looking to short, but I'll be looking for a pullback into this region, and that's around the 57.95 to 5800 area for a bounce. And I quite like it because we've got a region of confidence. We held it over a period of several days before finally breaking out, but we've yet to retest that area. Let's just zoom in a bit. So we've broken out, as you can see. We've got this level here we held it along here as well. Broke out overnight and we're yet to come back to retest that area. So I'm watching 5800, that's a major area, psychological number as well, for a bounce. If we lose that area, then the next area we can watch is where this point of control is, and that is around 57.72, 57.80 for a bounce. And again, going with the general strength of the market and looking for longs. And then we can also watch yesterday's, so that's that area there, and we can also watch this area confluence, and that's at 57.21, and that's coming into the trend line area. And if I zoom out a bit, you can see big area, lots of tops, lots of potential orders sitting there, and the volume control, the volume profile I meant, is showing a big volume shelf. So I quite like this area for a bounce as well. So that's it, no shorts. The only time I think I would consider a short, potentially if we break this trend line, if we come back down and we retest yesterday's low for the short into that area. But that's the only short I can see. Looking very strong, and obviously I'd like to come back into the trend line for a bounce. We've got point of control, trend line, lots of areas of confluence, tops of pivots there. So there's a big area, this area, 57.20 for a bounce. And again, the only other area I'm watching, the major area, is to break and retest off of the 5800 and a psychological number. And if I do get an eval account, which I probably will now thinking about it, I will probably just be trading that one account, just up to that point there. That's it for us. ES, SPY, again, new all-time highs. We can watch for the bounce around pre-market low. It happens to be the pivot from Thursday the 19th. We've got a volume shelf to the left, and that is around that same area. So 572 bounce, 575 break and retest long potentially. Do we talk about retest long? We could also watch, even though internet has break and retest of the pre-market high, 58.27 long. That's on the ES, and the SPY is the same. Other bounce areas, I like this area here, and that's at 566, area confluence, bottoms of candles, tops of candles. You've got the tops of these pivots, and we're pretty close to the tops over here, so you could refine it a bit more to about there. 565.28 for the bounce. And then we can watch this area where the point of control is for the bounce as well. We've got the 200 moving average, and then we've got this pivot here to watch. 572.60 for the bounce, and that's it really. SPX, got a few levels in, it's not really changed. So 5700 for the bounce, that's the only area to watch really. and then if we lose that area, we could potentially watch this area 556.73, and you've got bottoms of pivots, tops of pivots, and down here we've got some tops of pivots as well, but there's not much volume, like we're coming into a volume shelf, so the better area will be where the point of control is at 55600, that area. NQ, it's putting in a new all-time high in the last hour. Let's see where we are. Oh, I'll tell you about it's not all-time high. I thought it was. That's not all-time high, but ES is definitely all-time high. I've been away for a week, so I kind of, yeah, ES is all-time high. NQ is not. So we've got our rejection point up here. So just find a couple of good areas. Area confluence there. An area confluence there, and we've got the all-time high area there. So these are areas. 2100 rejection area, that's the area I like the most, psychological number. If we pull back down into this point of control area, you can see we've broken out and we've yet to retest. I quite like the bounce down here, that area there, and oh, so that'll be around about yesterday's high. Move that out of the way. So 2262, 2200 for the bounce. We could watch pre-market high for the bounce if we wanted to, but I prefer this area. I really want to see it come back down into this region to retest. So I will consider all of this area here as a bounce area, 2200 to 2262. And also we've got this psychological 20,000 number as well. We can watch that area for a bounce. QQQ. Again, we're not in all-time highs yet, so let's mark them off. Area confluence is there. Oh, wrong button. Area confluence around there, and that's only looking at these areas, and we've got the all-time high up here. So we've got 500, psychological number, so I'm watching that for the rejection. Otherwise, if we pull back down into this region here, and that's at 486.12. I quite like that for the bounce. I'm going to tidy up this chart a bit later. Let's get rid of that. That's a major daily, but we've got the same level, 490. What was that? So the only place I like will be 486 for the bounce, that area there. Crude oil, we've now given up this trend, broken down, so we can look for a bit of a pullback up into this region here, maybe 68.7 or 70 for the rejection. And what I'm looking for is it come back up into this region or this region to continue the leg down. And we've got a bounce point. Let's just clear this, and we've got this potential area here as a bounce. And that's around 64. Let's just zoom out and see what we've got to the left. So we talked about this previously, holding this pattern, this wedge, this area here between there, and it looks like we've broken out. We come back out. Look how we've retested that trend line, almost spot on as well. So it's not far off, literally came within a dollar or so, 10 ticks of retesting trend line, but the trend line's not accurate, it's just a guide. We could have adjusted that down to match those pivots there. And if you do that, look what happens, we come right into the trend line. So it's always best, see, I just use it as a guide. We adjust that as well. And maybe when you start seeing it coming in, it might be best just to realign any trend lines like that, and you can see now that was pretty accurate, that rejection area right off the point of control as well. So two areas. When was that? That would have been on Wednesday, Tuesday. Good rejection point. So where we're going next, we can only watch this area here for a bounce at 64.37 based on areas of confluence, tops and bottoms of candles, and bottom pivots. And then we could look for a double top up here in this region as well. So if we do come into this region here, again we can watch that for a potential rejection as well, something like that. Gold, all-time highs, look at that, very strong. Again, it's a matter of waiting for the pullback into this region. Still like this region, 2500 psychological number. You could also look at this region here now as well, top of a pivot and bottom of a pivot, and that's at 2575 area. Not much volume, really needs to see a bit of a pullback and a dip to buy the dip on that one. Russell 2000, it's getting ready to break out, you can see this. If we were to draw some lines, we've got that area there, potentially that area there, and then let's get rid of some of these weekly or daily numbers. So that's the area we can watch for. We're kind of narrowing it in a bit now, but we are above that area there, so potential break and retest. So let's keep an eye on 22 break and retest of pre-market. That's the daily. Let's go into the hourly. Here we go. So break of this flag pattern. Draw the level in. So what we can watch for is the break and then the retest back out. So probably the break and retest of this 200 moving average coming in here. So pre-market high 22.46, break and retest long, and that's it really for that one. Rejection. There's a lot of volume up here, so that's got to be an actual target area or a potential bounce. So we can watch this area here where the point of control is for the first target. If we go long, and then we've got tops of these pivots as well. YM. Excuse me, I think the weaker way is starting to catch up with me now as well. We came back into this region for the bounce yesterday. So you know, I quite like the break and retest of pre-market high, get above all-time, I think this is all-time highs. Yeah, we're in all-time highs now, so we really want to see it pull back. You know, if we do, we're holding this 200 moving average on the daily, on the weekly. On the daily, notice how we're pushing up with reduced volume as well, so we may be running out of steam a bit. But I do quite like the bounce off of yesterday's low, or the break and retest of yesterday's high. And then Bitcoin. Got a couple some engulfing bar here. We've got green, and we've got a bear candle, and then another green candle. This is a bullish pattern, so potentially looking for a break and retest long. Just want to get out of this range. We've been range bound now since March. You can see hitting the tops and hitting the bottoms, so it'd be nice just to break out of this and get a bit of direction. If we close in the daily above this 200 moving average, then that could be a bullish sign. We've got this engulfing pattern as well, or a bear sandwich. I like the break and retest of the trend line, so let's keep an eye on the break and retest of around 64,500. And that's it really. Quick look at order flow. See if there's anything unusual going on. We've got this pattern setting up here with the breakout at 9 o'clock. No follow through though up in this region. You can see we're in positive cumulative delta, so positive 11,000, so lots of aggressive buying. We've got aggressive cumulative delta, the delta I meant. And then let's go back to the hourly chart. We're not really looking for anything, we really want to see it pull back or break and retest off the current high. So look for a break and retest of this area. That's it. There's nothing unusual going on. Doesn't look like it wants to reverse just yet. we've got the reason I say that is we've got a positive delta and a positive price, kind of what you expect to see. If for example the price was coming down and the delta was going up, then that's a divergence. But everything looks normal. It looks like it probably wants to continue up, but it's early days. We won't know until after the market opens. So after the market opens, I'm going to just see what direction the market's going, and if we do pull back down, I'll be looking to pull right back down to around 5,800, exactly this level here, and I'll watch on the order flow for potential reversal, and that's when I'll be looking for a divergence. So the price comes all the way down to that level and I start seeing increasing cumulative delta, then it could be a first sign of a reversal. And that's it, there's nothing really unusual going on just yet. So just to recap, levels I'm watching on the ES, looking for a bounce at 5,800, potentially looking for a break and retest of pre-market high, but this is all-time highs and there's no levels up here. Just catch the dip, maybe try and catch a dip down here as well if I can. Not sure why's that fading. So my goal today is to catch this pullback. Got the 200 move, this 50 moving average as well, just slowly creeping up. Seems to be holding, and if I can get down to 5,800, I'll be watching for a bounce. Okay, that's it. That's probably my only main play for today, 5,800. And again, I'll be watching the SPX closely because I'll be watching 5,700 for the bounce in that area, which is probably a little bit closer than 58. So I'll be looking for a long as soon as we get down to that area. Okay, thank you for watching. Trade safe, and I will